Welcome back to the Chronicles of Darkness. We join, we are the Mighty Misfit Menagerie, or...
Cast.
Last time we finished up with the latest Innocence shenanigans. Does somebody want to go over the quite a bit of information you actually got last session?
Oh gosh, there was a lot of information.
So Clay, he's sliding down the chute. There's claws and eyeballs waiting for him. And then he's just put down on the ground of this room. It's like a weird security room with all these monitors and these filing cabinets. And he's like, well, that's weird. So the rest of us fall or, carefully let ourselves fall into this hole. And we're in the room. We see Chad on one of the monitors, so that's cool. Chad's not dead. He's very big still, but he's trapped still. So that's not great. But and then we find these files on all of us, and they have this information about being marked. Are we recommended for being marked? Are we confirmed for the Destiny engine, and like what our statuses are? It kind of indicates that all of our future actions were planned out by the people that wrote these files. So then
we got
Jack
caught.
Go ahead.
We got caught down there, basically, I think, by the Humming Man, who we don't, I believe, know his name at that point. And everybody was trying to get back out of the room, but Jack got caught as the last one in, as Dell was pulled up by the older kids, and the Humming Man took Jack away into the hallway, where Jack tried to figure out what to do, and in an attempt to escape, ended up back in his body in the regular world. Meanwhile, the Humming Man ended up finding the rest of you, I believe. I'm trying to remember, and maybe I can have somebody take over as to how, because I was gone at that point, but I know that we ended up with our poor Owen back in.
So yeah, once you were taken back into your adult chap form, we scrambled back out of the vents and looked into cameras to see what the hell happened to you and where they took you. We saw them bring you to the front of the school and lock you in one of the cells that we had seen previously. And we hatched a plan. I kind of was able to suss out how to use the computer to a limited degree. So I know how to unlock the cells and lock all the cells at the same time. So our plan was to send Ruby and Clay out to the cells, and I would unlock them, retrieve you, and then I'd lock them back up again. You'd come back to us, and then we'd figure our way out from there. As Ruby and Clay left the room, it was just me and Dell. And on the walkie-talkie, you guys are getting close to the cells themselves, and the room itself goes cold. And I no longer see computers in front of me. I instead see forest. And I'm looking around in confusion and see a large figure approach me and beckon me follow. And once I agree, I disappear from the room. Dell then taking the walkie-talkie and telling Ruby and Ruby and Clay that I disappeared. And then you all come back, and at that point we're thrust into our adult selves again.
Only thing is, it was indicated that the Humming Man found Ruby and Clay, but
okay.
And go ahead. As a real quick reminder for the end of it for all of us, the file said Clay, Destiny engine confirmed, recommended for marking, class Merlin, Owen, Destiny Engine Undetermined, marking status Mundane, class Sacrifice, notes possible gift to the Baron. Jack, Destiny Engine Undetermined, marking status TBD, class Indigo. Ruby, Destiny Engine Confirmed, marking status Unnecessary, class Lupine, notes most likely easily controlled, will redress in college, probably set in financial sector. Dell, Destiny Engine Confirmed, marking status recommended for marking, class Leviathan, note connection to Blackthorn's ?
And then you guys go ahead.
After being thrust back into our adult bodies, the level-headed amongst us being Jack, Ruby, and Dell, and for the most part Clay, but Clay is kind of on the side taking care of Owen. The three of you went to work and went into Jack's room and started sketching out the story so far, trying to figure out what the hell happened and what we can do. Owen broke down yet again into another mental fatigue, and he no longer blaming Clay for what happened to him, more so just understanding that what happened to him was inevitable and it was always going to happen. And then from there, Ruby came up with the idea of returning to Whispering Pines and, one, figuring out what the hell's going on, and two, burning it to the ground.
I would just like to point out that her plan was to burn it to the ground. There was
no figuring out.
Owen ended with a whose line is it anyway mentality, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Points don't matter.
And Clay is now actually marked with the same mark that Chloe had. So,
yep. No idea what that means.
All right. So also not mentioned in the recap, but you also, the very last scene is Angel asking about the Humming Man and then informing you that that is in fact her father. So we will open back up, and I believe it was Ruby and Jack who were there. Yeah, because Clay and Owen are still inside the apartment and Adele is preoccupied. So Jack and Ruby, you are standing with Angel standing there kind of looking at you like, are you going to invite me in? Or
how good of a relationship do you have to this man?
I've never met him, actually.
Why is he fucking with our lives?
I wouldn't pertain to know.
Are you here to help?
Well, I'm here because I've been having really strange memories, and I suddenly remember that I know all of you. So that's particularly...
How do you know all of us?
You went to Whispering Pines, yes?
Did you have a different name?
No, you wouldn't have seen me, but it's a lot to explain, but I know of you. I just didn't realize it.
Do we have to invite you in for you to cross the threshold?
No, not at all. I could break into your home if you would like.
I'm going to stand out of the way of the door, but not invite her in.
He goes, opens the door, and walks into your apartment.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Well, if you want to start explaining, we're trying to figure out a timeline of our own, so perhaps this is not the worst idea, although we're not in our best sorts right now, and we're going to have to do a few ugly things to get closer to normal.
I don't know how much I necessarily want to share. I just was hoping you had information about my father.
He's tried to kill us 3 times as far as the timeline that I've devised has worked out so far.
That's weird that you're still alive.
Very. Do you have new numbers for all of us after all this?
As of right now, if you must know, until I get to the bottom of how you're involved, you guys are all at 100% for me.
Okay, so I throw a glass across the room. Look, Yesterday, my mothers were alive, and now today they're fucking dead. So if you're here to help, you need to start telling us what's going on. Otherwise, we don't need someone asking more questions.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. And she starts walking towards the door.
I'm going to put a hand on Ruby's arm and just, I'm so sorry I didn't even make that connection. We'll figure out some way to fix it.
You talk to her.
Clay knows how to get a hold of me. And then she opens the door and steps out.
Is he in his room?
He's in his bedroom with Owen.
Okay.
Did he maybe hear the glass that I threw and the yelling that I was doing?
Yeah, I think I heard it, but Owen's also like still freaking out. So.
I'm good now. I mean,
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, nothing really matters. So.
It's so hard.
I mean, okay, you're gonna be okay here.
I'll be in my room if you need me.
Gone full Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay. Cool. All right, then I'll go out. What's going on? What's it yelling?
Angel is related to a certain humming man who I'm going to kill as soon as heavenly possible.
Angel, like Hunter's Angel?
Yes.
Yeah. You might be able to go talk to her if you walk down the stairs. She came in here asking us questions.
She had something to
I'll
do
go-
with Whispering Pines now.
I'll go to the door and see if she's still in the hallway.
She's going down the stairs of the apartment as you leave.
Angel,
Yeah,
can you come back inside, please?
I can, but I can't help you guys. You have to know that.
So then why are you here?
Because you might be able to help me, and then I might be able to help everyone.
Fine.
So we have a deal then.
I didn't make any deal. I just said fine.
Very well. She starts trudging back up the stairs.
Explain to me again how you can help everyone if you can't help us.
Again, you guys think that you see the beginnings of the mystery. What you guys are seeing is the doorstep of the front door of a labyrinth of what is going on.
That's normal. I mean, that's what I dedicate my life to, is unraveling mysteries. So that's not hard to understand.
To be honest, if you guys were smart, you would just drop all of this and go about doing whatever supernatural stuff you guys do. Like go take over a city or something.
Could this drop us then? Because really, we're not trying to follow it. It's decided to pull us back over and over again.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
It's rewriting our histories. This is the third time that it's happened.
What's changed?
Go look at the board.
I'll take her in to show her the board.
Oh, okay. So, all right. And when did this one happen? She like points to the first memory.
That's a fantastic question. I believe almost 20 years ago.
No, she's asking when you had the first blackout.
A couple months ago.
God,
Wasn't it like 6 months ago?
how much time has passed
I know.
since that moment?
It all happened so fast.
It's been less than 6 months.
Okay, that's strange because I had a vision at around the same time. But that one was a pretty boring one. I mean, my childhood at that time was pretty boring. And you're saying this changed things.
Well, I had come back to life recently. And after that, we saw an incident that could have killed all of us pertaining to your father. But at that point, our other friend was still alive in the past, but had recently died in person. So me being alive and him being dead happened right around the time that the first thing happened.
Tell me about your interactions with the Humming Man in the memories. Have you interacted with him as adults?
No.
As
Only children. He tried to kill us in the woods. And then he tried to kill us at a carnival. And then he tried to kill us at the school.
All right. Okay. Good. All right. So you haven't seen him as adults?
No.
Not that we're aware of.
Although he's getting older each time.
If you do, for whatever reason, if you could contact me directly, and she'll hand you a plain black business card with just a phone number on it.
Is it any different than the number that's already in my cell phone?
It is a different number, actually.
Okay. Well, then I'll put that in as Angel 2.0.
I feel it's only fair. If you have questions for me, I'll do my best to answer, but I really can't stress enough that you should just stay away from Whispering Pines and all of this stuff.
What's so important about Whispering Pines?
Have you ever heard of the Illuminati?
I would burst out laughing and I would say, of course.
All right. So the Illuminati is kind of like the children's abridged version of what these people really are.
Well, what can you tell us about the Merlin or Project Indigo or Leviathan or Lupine? I mean, we could guess, but Lupine being wolves, clearly. Merlin wizards.
These people are able to isolate people who are going to grow up to have special abilities. Indigo being humans with extra planar things, and then the other soups.
How do they do that?
They use a machine.
Where's the machine?
An engine, might you say?
They can't use it anymore, so that's a dead end.
Why can't they use it anymore?
Well, because my father's dead and I won't use it anymore.
You have the ability to use the thing.
Yes, that's why they mixed my dad's jizz in with other people to create me. So when I say he's my father, I mean in the test tube kind of way.
Who else can use it?
You would have to be effectively immortal to use it.
I mean, we're all sort of effectively immortal.
Solomon, do you know anything about the thing you're going after? You're Mysterium, so I'm assuming you've heard of it.
A what?
I'm sorry, you're a Guardian of the Veil, so I'm assuming you've heard of it.
Of the Destiny engine?
Yeah.
I've heard whispers of it, but I've never looked into it myself.
Then you can explain to them what happens when somebody tries to use this thing.
Somebody besides
I'd rather not.
Besides a true immortal.
Insane. Death.
How do I bring my mother's back?
You'd have to find whoever's changing the timeline for that. That has nothing to do with me. You have to believe me, Ruby.
And this isn't your father doing it?
He never had that ability before.
Are there ripples or something that we could follow to see who it is that's at the center of this, aside from names? I mean, if it's a being or a person, it seems...
Up until today, I thought I was the only one having them. So you guys are one step ahead of me.
I'll turn around and show the tattoo on my back. Do you know anything about this? The mark.
I have to go. And she immediately goes to leave.
What? Angel.
Clay, you have to understand, me and you can't talk anymore. Delete my number.
Fine.
And then she leaves.
Do the rest of us still have the business card?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to go be me for a little bit.
I have some questions I have to ask.
We'll be out in 5, and I'm just going to go into my room and close the door and take my form.
Okay, make your cover roll -2. What is everybody else doing?
What time of day is it right now? Is it still like that same night?
Okay, you're fine.
One success.
So Del, I mean, do you stay the night? Like, I mean, it's up to you because Tiana, once the sun goes down, she gets up and it's the beginning of her day. So
No, I don't think I would. That's why I'm asking. After some time, I would, return to the apartment.
So Tiana and Del walk in to you guys in the living room. Tiana looking rosier than usual and Del looking a little paler than usual.
I just storm past him and start sprinting downstairs.
Ruby, where are you going?
I'm just going for a run. I'm very angry.
This is just great. Looking at the two of them. This is.
Unfortunately, Jack, you're in your room in your demon form.
Oh, sorry. I thought because it only took a couple minutes. I thought I was back. Sorry, my bad.
What did we miss? Is Ruby okay?
Ruby's fine. She just needs to get some anger out.
Who was the hot goth chick with the 1,000-yard stare?
Who are you talking about?
She just left the apartment?
Oh, that
Don't
was
know who you're talking
what was
about.
Angel doing here?
Her name's Angel, but I'm not allowed to talk to her anymore, so.
Well, talk about her. What did I miss? What did I miss, Clay?
She gave us not much information and took a little bit more from us, and I showed her the mark on my back, and she told me that I could never speak to her again, and peaced out.
Sounds oddly dramatic of Angel.
Apparently the humming man is her father.
What?
That creep face is her dad?
I mean, by test tube, not necessarily by choice, but yes.
Holy shit.
Talked about fucked up families, huh?
I mean,
I had no idea.
we couldn't be in first place forever.
Yeah, had to go eventually. I don't know if that's the first place I want, though.
Let's settle for not first place there.
Can you guys maybe watch Owen for a little bit? Because I need to go out.
Is there something we need to keep him from doing, or?
After
Jumping off a building, maybe?
So after being in my room for a little bit, changing out of my tear, sweat, and blood-soaked clothes and into a brand new suit, I'll touch the floor-length mirror in my room and kind of close my eyes. Then I'll walk out, say, no one needs to watch me, brother. I'll be fine.
Okay, then.
You okay, little bro? Tiana asks you.
I am okay as I should be, I suppose.
Want to get drunk?
Always.
So she goes to behind the kitchen counter and starts pulling out bottles, and then she winks at Clay.
Before I leave.
She was winking at you so you could leave, and then she's going to get him drunk so he's easier to watch.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that I'm going to have a shot before I leave.
Dell, why the hell am I doing this? I'm not the one who's all cocktailing it up.
It's your idea, but all right. And I walk over and start doing the bartending.
You can walk out of your room, Jack, in or out of Britannica form, your choice.
Okay. I'll walk out or in that form for a second, just like being like, okay, I feel recharged now. I'm good.
Tiana takes one look at you at Jack and goes, Kendall.
Sorry. And all the like little metal platelets flipping over as they come down the body back into clothed. Losing the one of the aethers that I've gained back.
So, Owen, yeah. And then we'll cut to either Ruby or Clay, because I don't know what to talk to Owen about.
Say go Ruby, because I got to figure out a spell.
So I've just kind of taken off down the street, headed towards the nearest woods to shift and recharge a bit.
Once you get about 2 miles away from the apartment, you start splashing in what looks to be little piles of snow, and it grows noticeably cold.
Is that weird or is that normal?
It is very weird.
Is it? Yeah.
Okay. I look around. I come to a stop and I look around.
Could you make a wits plus composure roll for me?
Okay. One success.
All right. Hang on. Let me grab my dice, which are all the way over here. Okay. Let's see now. What is your defense?
So I'm still in human form, probably. So
Yeah.
4. Well,
Okay.
It's always 4. Doesn't change. That's funny.
So you take 3 lethal damage as you are stabbed in between the shoulder blades by something incredibly cold, and you turn to see the smiling, smirking, perfectly calm form of Mr. Shivers.
Okay.
Which I don't
so-
know if you've actually interacted with Mr. Shivers before. I think this is your first time.
Agreed. And you said 7 lethal?
No, 3 lethal.
Okay. Okay, so do I have an action now?
Now we would roll initiative between the two.
Okay. Dex plus composure. Dex 3, 5, 9. Damn. All right.
Okay, so Mr. Shivers, after stabbing you, thrusts a hand into your chest, and if you could make a Dex plus potency roll, so potency being primal urge for you.
Ooh, baby. 3.
3. All right. You are able to wriggle away as your body begins to be encrusted in black ice. You're able to push yourself back away from his hand and shatter the thin layer that had already formed. And it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to shift into Urshel. That's the near wolf form, and I'm going to run away.
The giant horse-sized wolf.
Yeah, it's pretty big, but it's the fastest one, so I like to get away.
Okay, so with your harmony where it is, you can reflexively shift. So yeah, I take it you take your full turn. What's your speed?
19.
Oh my. Okay.
Lord.
Do another Dex composure roll. I'm going to try one more thing.
Okay. One success.
Okay, you guys are equal, so I'll give it to you. He tries to like freeze your paws to the ground as you're running, but you break free and you just book it and get away from him. Where are you headed?
Back to the apartment.
All right, Clay, what are you doing?
I am going to go do some research.
Where are you doing research at, buddy?
Wherever my concilium place is.
Okay, so there's a old bookstore down in one of the neighborhoods that if you walk up to the counter and you attempt to return a copy of Moby Dick, they take you to a private reading room, which has a secret door in it, which leads to a magical lock that you know the combination to, which leads to stairs that go down about 30 stories and then out into a football field-sized library.
Sweet. So my first thing that I'm researching is my mark.
Okay. You immediately become aware in like the center of the room where they have the table set up, the form of Ben Affleck is there studying.
Ben Affleck's the one that visited us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go to him. Hey, Benny, how's it going?
Oh, please, dear God, no. Benjamin.
Hello, Benjamin. How are we today?
Benjamin.
I am acceptable. What brings you here?
I need to do some research. What
Do
did
I
he
want
come
to
to
know?
talk to us about before?
Because you guys were under suspicion for the aquarium attacks.
That's right. Okay. He was like our handler. Okay.
Anything I can assist with, or is it personal research?
Ooh, I think this one I'm going to ask for some help on. The other one, not so much. I assume that I would have taken a picture of the mark before I left home.
If nothing else, the scars on Chloe's back.
Yeah. So I show him the picture of that. Does this look familiar?
Hang on, let me actually make him roll for it, because he might. Holy shit. The mark of the black spiral dancers?
Sure. That's totally what that is.
Are you joining a werewolf cult or something?
It's sorry, what? Spiral dancers?
Yes, this is the tribal marking for a rather obscure tribe of werewolves.
Uh-huh. What, anything else notable about them that you can tell me?
Well, they worship a mad god, one of the old ones. Think, I don't know, Lovecraft, but with teeth and claws.
Does it look like a giant blob?
No,
Like mass?
it tends to take the form of like worms or eels or long tentacly things with lots of teeth. You're familiar with werewolf cosmology, correct?
Humor me.
Well, the goddess Gaia, who is their creation goddess, creates boundlessly. She just can do nothing but create. But the energy she creates has no form. So they're and keep in mind, this is a very obscure werewolf belief system. It is not the current theme, as you will. Their secondary god, the Weaver, takes all of that creation energy and gives it form. And then the Worm, who is the god that the Black Spirals follow, corrupts and degrades those things. So from creation to death and rot, so to speak. as the legend goes, the weaver grew annoyed with the worm for destroying its creations, and so wrapped it in its web, driving it insane. And now, by their reckoning, it will eventually lead to the complete degradation of our world.
A worm will cause complete degradation, or the fact that the worm does not have the ability to do anything?
The worm has been driven insane, and so now randomly corrupts and degrades the world randomly, as opposed to at the end of life. So think, popular examples of the effect would be like how our food is now damaging to us, and internet rots the brain, and TV rots the brain. Those are supposedly the effects of the worm. Giant corporations going against all human survival instincts to destroy the planet we live on, so on and so forth.
Okay. That's oddly helpful.
He got an exceptional success, so I was like, well, I guess he knows everything.
Fantastic. Does the name Trigardus mean anything to you?
He also got an exceptional success, so he knows everything too. And he'll tell it to us.
Trigardus, she's a minor deity of beauty and, ironically, enslavement. I don't know much more than that.
Sounds about right. Could you point me in the direction of where I might find more information on both of these deities, or these?
For more information on the Black Spiral Dancers, the quickest thing to do. Would be to talk to one of the older werewolf tribes or something like that. We have a tome on it. It is Apocalypse, I believe is the name, but in the first tongue. I can't pronounce it without a wolf mouth. But and then as far as Trigardus goes, she's footnote in many obscure deity tomes.
Any of particular import that I might scratch an itch?
I can't think of any currently. She's an incredibly minor deity. I don't know. There's never been a world-known religion, just a village here or a small civilization there throughout history.
Okay. All right.
As far as I know, no one's even really ever summoned her.
I've seen her before, but...
You've seen the goddess Trigardus?
In a dream, yes. Well, a memory of... It's kind of complicated.
Well, you are among peers as far as complications go. I am literally a talking composite of an actor's screen performances, so weird is a relative term here.
It's fair enough.
Oh, by the way, you were cleared of all charges in the aquarium bombing. We believe it was caused by a human summoner of some kind. We're hunting her down as we speak.
Mm-hmm. Any leads? Like any...
We lost track of her magically, so we believe she's being protected by something, but we'll find her eventually, and then we'll show her the Clarion.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I think that's all the help I need right now.
Do you look at what he has out?
Of course.
You find several, very obscure tomes that you know are basically all written by mad mages about the celestial flange.
I ain't touching that. Who told me to stay away from that? Oh, God.
That's just it caused the Great Mage War from 20 years ago. So
right, but there's someone specifically told me not to deal with that. I don't remember who. But that's I know that's separate from the Destiny engine.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the Flange search going?
Oh, it's something I do on the back burner on my days off.
Mm-hmm.
Most Chicago mages still dabble in it. I'm not doing anything serious, but I had remembered a prophecy and I'm looking for it.
What was the prophecy? Anything interesting?
It said something about creatures of primal hunger being summoned inside a lake of glass. So the aquarium attack just made me think of it, and I'm trying to find the rest of it.
Okay. All right. Does that strike a bell with me at all?
I mean, you've never personally gone after the flange,
right?
So
okay. Well, I'm gonna leave him so I can go do my own research on the Destiny engine.
Okay.
So thank you, Mr. Benjamin. Keep it real.
Very well. If you have any other questions, I'm strangely intrigued by you, Solomon.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
It's very odd for one of our kind to mingle with the other soups, not due to any kind of inherent racism, but more, it tends to get us killed much faster.
Yeah, I'm realizing that. But blood's thicker than water, yeah?
I mean, if you say so, I'm a composite.
Oh, well. Okay, well, bye. I'm going to go off and do some Destiny engine research.
Almost immediately after you're deep enough into the library to you couldn't perceive Affleck, your breath starts showing.
God damn. Pause and let me figure out which spell I'm casting.
All right. Does anyone else have anything they want to be doing?
I want to go up and talk to Owen as everybody's starting their shots.
I have a bottle of Jameson at my side and just swinging straight. What is it, Jack?
Del, could I get a glass with some rocks?
Of course.
And I'll take the bottle. Do you mind?
Sure.
I'll pour over the rocks. I just wanted to apologize because I can't help but think that maybe I started some of this for you.
Some of what exactly?
You weren't wrong about the names in the book. That was I did that. I'm very sorry.
What are you talking about, Jack?
In A Midsummer's Night's Dream, you had notes that you had made, and you were doubting yourself, and you weren't wrong. And I'm sorry that I put that on you.
What did you do?
I was doing something that I can't entirely discuss to try and make you and our family safer overall, and that required some erasure. I didn't realize what the consequences of that change were going to be. I just thought that it was going to make things better for all of us. I mean, for Clay, for you, for Dad, I just thought it was going to smooth things out, and I didn't mean to make things more complicated for you. But I think that of everything that I did, you're the one that got the most fallout. But I just wanted you to know that you're not crazy. You're not wrong. You saw what you saw.
Culture, you can get all of your willpower back for risking your relationship with your brother to be honest with him, because your virtue is love.
I will ask for the last time. What did you do?
I will look up at Tiana, and then back at Owen.
Is it about Dad's affair? Because I've been keeping that to myself, and I didn't want to
Tiana,
say anything.
Let me break it to Owen gently, all right? Is that okay? I think maybe it's better if I go over the details with him.
Is this about the statement you made earlier in passing? I'm on a need-to-know basis now, too.
Because I'm dead now, so it's not like we can have weird babies, so Del being our half-brother doesn't really matter.
I'm never going to be able to forget that one.
That makes two of us.
Sorry, Del, I should have said something, but I wasn't thinking at the time. Sometimes the hunger kind of makes its own choices. But I am dead, so it's not weird.
I'll have some personal things to explore after that.
Oh, and maybe we can talk in a safer place.
What's safer than the apartment?
I know just the spot, but I'm sorry.
I think with everything that Owen's taken on, it's better if we do the affair alone.
I'm going to sit down next to Jack and go, no, I think at this point, it sounds like you're involving the whole family. And if Owen is okay with it, I think everybody should know what's happening.
In that case, Owen, we'll have to discuss it later. I'm
not okay with it. You two will stay out here.
So you guys go back to Owen's bedroom?
Yeah.
Tiana turns to Del and is like, well, if they took that news bad, I don't know how they're going to take the news about Ruby.
Wait, what news about Ruby, Tiana?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised you guys haven't figured it out, but she has two moms. The sperm had to come from somewhere, and our families have been best friends forever.
Are you saying that she is indeed related? Because
I mean, why wouldn't she be? I mean, we never said anything because of Ruby's moms, but it seems pointless to keep it a secret now, given everything else.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just like tactfully think about when to drop that one. Okay?
I'm a vampire. Tact is not what we do.
Maybe, but okay. Or maybe just let me deal with that one.
She just kind of like sips her red wine. Just like fuck me. I'm always the trouble one.
Am I back yet?
If you want to be, we can do it. I think the time would be a bit weird on that, but I'll allow it.
No, just let me know.
Are you ready, Hank?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So first off, I misspoke. I'm actually activating Mage Sight first. So
okay.
Mine detects presence of thinking beings. So if he's invisible, I should be able to see him, or at least know where he is.
It's less that he's invisible and more that he only appears when you're alone. So, like, you feel his mind come into existence within stabbing distance of you.
Okay.
So roll initiative, my dude.
Fantastic. I gotta find my armor too. Where's my armor?
Well, roll initiative first.
No, I know. What is my initiative? Where is this? Too many windows. 14.
14? Okay. You go first.
Okay. I'm going to Major was reflective, right?
Technically, yeah.
Which means it doesn't cost an action. It's like a bonus, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So activate Mind Armor. And then I'm going to cast, or I'm throwing down, oh my God, I just lost it. What is it called? Isolation.
What does isolation do again?
Any attempt the subject makes to interact with other people costs 1 willpower.
Okay.
And then I'm doing it at potency 2, so that any dice pools are penalized by the spell's potency.
Okay. Does he get a resist roll? I think we did this one before.
I don't think so.
Okay. Go ahead and cast it.
1 success.
Okay. So his turn then?
Yes.
And he has to spend a willpower?
To interact with me, yes.
Okay. And what's your defense currently? Defense, not armor.
3?
Okie dokie.
Does that sound right?
It's your character sheet.
I'm trying to remember. What is
defense? Buddy.
Yeah.
And you said he reduces his pool by 2?
Yeah.
Because of the potency? Okay. I'll re-roll it because I don't want to kill you.
Okay.
You take 2 lethal damage as a dagger of ice is stabbed into your chest, I'm assuming, because I'm assuming you spun around to cast the spell.
Uh-huh. You said lethal, not aggravate, or not, so what, it's bashing, then lethal, then aggravated?
Yeah.
Okay, at least it's just lethal.
These are X's.
Okay, I can maybe work with that. Okay.
Do you call out at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as I get stabbed, I scream.
Okay. It's your turn again.
Can I attempt to run away and dodge at the same time?
No.
Okay.
So dodging in the Chronicles of Darkness is a reflexive action on somebody else's turn that uses up your next turn. So if somebody attacks you, you can say, I dodge, and it uses your next turn, but you get the effect, which is double your defense.
Plus for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would have to stand there to dodge.
Or you could run, and then the next time he attacks you, you could just say, I dodge, and then that uses up your action on your next turn.
We're going to do that. I'm going to run.
Okay. What's your speed?
10.
Okay. That is not very much.
Nope.
It's now 19.
No, it's fucking not.
You immediately hear Benjamin's voice in your mind. If you choose to let it, 'cause you have mind upper up. But you hear him go, screaming?
Something's attacking me. Yeah.
In the library?
Yeah. Do you think I'm making this up?
All right. It's going to be his turn. And so he's attacking you.
So I'm dodging.
Okay. So you had defense 3, so that's defense 6, right?
Plus 3 more.
Plus 3 more?
Yes.
Well, that puts him down to a chance die. Let's see how that goes. He throws an ice dagger at you that sails just past your face.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Could this entity suffer from the beaten down tilt?
You are not sure.
Well, then I'm going to attempt it.
Well, so keep in mind, because you took dodge, you don't have your action this turn, so you can move half your speed, but nothing else.
This is part of my mage armor.
Oh, okay.
If the mage dodges an attack or target's attack, player can spend a point of mana to cause the target to gain the beaten down tilt. You can contest it with a Clash of Wills if he's a supernatural being, which I'm assuming he is.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do a Clash of Wills.
Which is what again? My Gnosis and...
It's your Gnosis plus an appropriate attribute. So in this case, we'll say intelligence for you.
There is no intelligence. What do you mean?
Intelligence, your power attribute?
Oh. Ha, ha, ha. That's on the window I was looking at. Sure you don't want to do composure?
Yeah, you are pushing an effect at him, so it would be a power attribute. I'll do presence if you want.
Okay, I'll take that.
For some reason, I thought you were smart.
No, do I act smart? Can I do a willpower?
You have not spent one. You have not spent one at this point, so you could use it. Yes.
Okay. Uh, 3.
All right, he has the beaten down tilt.
Yeah. What does that do again?
The character cannot take active part in the fight without extra effort. The player must spend a willpower each time he wants the character to take a violent action in the fight. He can still run, dodge, and apply defense. If he wishes to take another action, the storyteller should judge whether the action is aggressive enough to require the expenditure.
So it's 2 willpower to attack me, or to do anything to me.
Yeah. And then you continue to move, I assume?
Oh, hell yeah.
So you can only move half because you used your action already. But
fine by me. GTFO.
All right, 2 willpower. Okay. So you take 3 damage as an ice dagger lands in your shoulder blade.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't ask you, are you dodging that turn as well, or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
We're just going to assume I was dodging.
Okay, that's still 2 lethal. He got a success on his chance die, so.
Okay.
Maybe you should vamp out.
How?
He's the only one of you who can't really do that.
Well, shit.
So I do have...
So on this initiative, before you take your turn, you hear the physical voice of Benjamin says, jump, because you're on the balcony.
Jumping.
So you throw yourself off the balcony and you fall into kind of like one of those Doctor Strange style circular portals, and then fall like a total of like 3 feet face first next to Benjamin. And then you watch as Benjamin compresses the entire second story into about a foot cube.
This is why I love magic.
You watch as literal gashes appear all over his body as he soaks shit tons of paradox. And then he stands there and going, I hope that was someone we were supposed to kill.
Yeah, thank you. I would ask if I could help, but I already know the answer.
On your turn, you can do whatever you want, but his effect is slowly righting itself as the magic is only temporary. He can't hold it for long.
I'm gonna get the fuck out.
Do you need a ride?
Sure, yeah.
On his next turn, visibly exhausted and in pain, he kind of like opens up a door to a long hallway. He's like, this will take us to the bodega on the corner of your neighborhood.
Can I grab him and help him go?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
All right. So you guys end up in the bodega, and we'll say, let's go to Owen and Jack now.
Okay, as soon as the door closes,
standing just right in front of him, right in his face.
I don't exactly know how much I can tell you before this all starts to unravel into some sort of ball that has consequences beyond what I understand. But Tiana is not our sister. She is Hunter's sister. She, at one point, was involved with your people, and her involvement put Clay's life and Hunter's lives at risk. So I did what I knew how to do to remove the risk of loss of life between the two of them. And the consequence of that is the family that we have today. What happened with your research, I didn't anticipate. And I panicked and I changed things to try and make it all line up, not understanding what that would do to you. I thought that it was sort of a harmless gesture until the spiral began.
I'll form my weapon and stab it through his chest.
Uh,
And just let out a primal cry. Ah!
Jack, what's your defense?
I mean, technically my defense is a 3, but I just stood there.
okay. If you want to roll your damage with no defense, Mark.
And I will then activate Unravel the Tapestry and rewind the clock 10 seconds.
Cathartic.
What did you give up for the contract?
So a couple things actually happen at this time because technically you just broke that contract. So it is null and void. So you're expecting everything to snap back into place, Tiana be moved, and you start to feel that effect, and then suddenly something literally just warps it right back.
Right back to what?
So like Tiana is still your sister.
Yeah.
But for Jack, that is very confusing because she should not be anymore.
Okay, I
The
thought I was
pledge is
walking.
that the contract is broken. So like Hank, you no longer feel the need to propose to Hunter, but Tiana has not switched back to Tatiana.
What were the terms?
I thought that I broke them, but I maybe misunderstood. I knew that I was walking a very precarious line, and I had the terrible feeling that I had crossed it, which would have reversed everything that I'd done, and I don't really know what the consequences of that are because I've never broken one of these before. But whatever is...
Jack, don't make me do it again. What
No,
were
I don't
the
know.
terms?
Clay had to marry Hunter to save both of their
Propose.
lives. That was what he traded me. I took a sister, he got Clay. But then nobody had to die. And that's where they were headed already, so I didn't see it as that big of a fall.
So, moving forward, you will not fuck with my sanity. And we'll figure out the rest.
Yes.
And I'll put my hand out to him to shake it.
I won't fuck with your sanity, and you won't stab me.
And yeah, I stick my hand out still.
Deal.
And I'll spend the glamour and I'll seal that deal.
And I was going to say, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Both making deals on our own ends. I'm sorry, I would have given it to you for free, but if I don't give something in return, then it doesn't stick.
Fine. Well, so you say it's broken now.
I think so, but nothing changed. She's still here. I can feel. I mean, the world didn't change. The contract is just gone.
Well, then,
Not how that's supposed to happen.
is Sapphire still the Summer Queen? That's what it was, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I know that Tiana's still here, but I still have no memory of Sapphire, so in all likeliness, I would say yes.
Well, let's go have a drink, I suppose.
Oh God, I wish I could enjoy that. Go outside. Thank you both for your patience.
You're on mute, Yuria.
Helena, if you want to burst into the house now, then now would be a time.
Where is everybody? Is everyone okay?
We're fine. Are you okay?
Some fucking crazy guy with an ice knife just stabbed me right in the middle of the park.
Shivers.
Clay.
That was who tried to kill me in the apartment.
We need to, and I'll pull up I don't have a cell phone because I broke it. We need to call Clay, make sure he's okay.
Pull out my cell phone.
In my
Call
pocket.
Clay, you're exiting the bodega bathroom with a very beaten up Benjamin Affleck as you receive a phone call.
Okay. I answer the phone call, but like push us in a corner. Hello?
Hello? Got it.
Yeah, it was a me or Del. Del, you get
Hang
it.
up the phone.
Hang up the phone, spam risk.
Damn election
Del,
calls.
fine. You make the call. I will hold off. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so he's on the phone with Del. Hello?
Hello.
Oh,
Hello?
what's up?
Hey, where are you?
I'm just around the corner. I'm heading back to the apartment.
Get here now. Ruby just got here and said that Mr. Shivers attacked her.
Oh, that's cool because he just attacked me. So
Are you okay? And I do the whole, he's attacking him.
Where is he? Where is he?
Del, get off the phone. If he's in the middle
I'll be home in 2 minutes.
He says we'll be home in 2 minutes. Where are you? We need to come meet you. You can't be by yourself.
We
I'm
should leave
fine.
the building. No, we should leave the building.
I'll meet you guys at the apartment
Don't just give me that you're fine. Where are
and
you?
then hang up. And then I'm gonna cast Incognito Presence
Okay.
One of these
on
days.
both me and Benjamin.
Just go ahead and we'll just do simple success on it. It's fine.
That's a success. What is a simple success?
Oh, I just meant like don't bother rolling it.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so we're incognitoed and I'm gonna drag him slowly over to the actually I'm also casting another spell with that. Sorry, I'm twin spelling.
The magic.
Guidance.
This one's
Guidance.
where's
Sorcerers.
This one's alter mental pattern.
Okay.
And so my mental and emotional state are unlike what I normally feel like. So if someone's tracking me by my mental pattern or my psychic pattern, it's
I
different.
can't track you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm invisible and also like you can't tell my mental pattern.
Okay, we will just narratively do that as well. And you leave the bodega, head towards the apartment complex to see a Ruby madly looking around and sniffing the air in the parking lot.
Just because I'm a fucker, I'm going to get up right behind her as she's sniffing and then drop it and say, hey, Ruby.
What's the Hey, Ellie. Roll around.
All right,
Oh
another
my
bashing
God.
damage. I'm going to die.
Okay, you're okay. Who's this guy? Wait, we met this guy. Is he okay?
This is Benjamin. He's a good guy. He's on our side.
Okay, let's. All right,
Currently
let's go.
suffering from a lot of paradox backlash. I would
Which I
love
can't help with. I'm sorry.
a good sit.
Yeah, let's drag him up the stairs. Ruby, could you carry him?
Or set him down on the couch and start bandaging him, I guess.
Yeah.
He looks over at Dell and is like, double scotch, no ice.
Make that 2.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I'm just going to go grab a bottle of something.
So got mine.
Owen, noted. Solomon, I'm hurt. And then
It's nothing against you, bro.
Tiana leans into whichever one of her brothers is nearest her and goes, "Is that Ben Affleck?"
Del, blood and sand.
No, that's not Ben Affleck. This is Benjamin Affleck. No relation.
Okay.
Dolphins. Does she not know dolphins?
I mean, she's probably heard you say it before, but you always use it as a code word. So
He's from my side of the tracks. He's magic. He's not actually.
Okay, so he just makes no sense.
Yeah, he's not actually Ben Affleck. I'm sorry, sis.
How's it going, Benji?
Benjamin, not Benji, not Benny, not Ben, not Mr. Affleck, not that guy from that movie about the lesbian who, whatever.
Yank a bandage tighter.
All right, Mr. Buttons, why are you here?
He saved my life. We got to be nice to him.
Benjamin, thank you so much for taking care of my brother. We really love having you in our home. Can I get you anything besides the alcohol from Del?
I'm fine. I just need to sit down for a while.
Well, as long as you need, it is yours to have.
Got lots of room. So, Ruby, you got attacked too?
Yeah, he hit me from behind, but I was able to run away.
Where?
There was like snow all of a sudden on the ground, and I give you the location.
Was that anywhere near where I would have been?
No, nowhere near.
Okay. Right. All right. Well, so clearly he can travel super fast.
Well, if I think our intel said that he was from my side of the street, and if that's the case, then it's not hard to get around.
Fair enough.
He's just waiting for us to be on our own. It's clear now. He's constantly, you just want to drop in on us when we're not together.
So do we need to take him on before Whispering Pines then?
I feel like that
I'm down to kill something.
might be our best option if we can get rid of him.
But if we're never alone, then he won't try to take us.
So Coulter, you know that killing him isn't really possible. I mean, he's probably not a threat for a little while, because if Benjamin tells you what he did, he's definitely got bamped for sure. But it's just a matter of the God Machine giving him a new body. So,
okay, guys. So I guess what I can say about Shivers is that Britannica is only at his level of strength because he is occupying my body and made the choice to extract himself from the central unit. If Shivers is still a part of that central unit, I'm not exactly sure how killable he is. We know that Britt had taken on several missions before mine, and every time the body is just removed at the end.
well, I compressed him down to a 1 inch by 1 inch cube. Would that kill one of you?
No, that would kill the human that he was inhabiting.
How quickly is the turnaround on this revolving door of yours?
I don't know, honestly. At the end of the day,
So-
I've been disconnected for too long to be able to see how that process works. I can't even remember what the central unit looks like.
Why does he want us dead?
I mean, why does any of this stuff want us dead?
Because we're finding answers. Or we're trying to.
I broke a lot of rules. Clay broke a lot of rules. Owen broke a lot of rules. Ruby, at least you haven't destroyed the spirit realm, but I mean, you're definitely a risk. Del, we don't even know half of what he's done. I think that we pose a threat, and there's several sides trying to eliminate that.
Well, no one tell the adamantine arrow or the silver ladder that angels actually exist, for sure.
Oh, hell no.
Or demons.
I don't tell those guys shit.
Well, I mean, Hank is a Mystigos. He deals with demons all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Can that help us in some way? Can we sick some demons on this guy?
The last demon we ran into was the man in the church in Monticello.
Oh, I forgot about that. Crap.
When
I make a note in my phone that I still have to figure out a way to finagle out of that.
our dear Clay made his choices.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, the young lady does have a point. I mean, if you're dealing with an angelic force, summoning some spirit to essentially harass the creature would effectively neuter it. Anytime he showed up, the spirit you summoned would also.
Summoning a spirit, you say?
That's an idea.
It's dangerous, but not implausible.
I've never tried that before.
Dangerous is
somebody
never
who
really.
we know somebody who doesn't have a problem summoning spirits.
I can do it. I can try.
No, I'm
Talking
saying
about the
we know
child.
somebody that's much better about it. It's her birthright in a way.
Oh. Maybe we shouldn't.
A child summoner, you say?
Yes,
I will.
I believe is in
I-
Detroit at this point.
I will unravel the tapestry 10 seconds, and
God.
I will say before Jack has anything to say. Well, actually, I think just play would be good with summoning demons or spirits.
thank
of the-
Everyone,
Confidence in me, brother.
everyone who brought up Chloe immediately make a wits roll to see if you're smart enough to not go, well, there's Chloe.
Well, I didn't bring it up. I'm just watching.
Because if I give you guys a resist roll to remember the previous timeline, I have to give one to Benjamin as well. So
Two successes.
so you catch on to Owen's tone.
Yes, Clay, you understood what has been happening around Chicago. I mean, I'm sure you could make notes.
Exactly.
Honestly, I would probably be better suited if you have other things you need to do, Clay. It sounds like you don't have the time to do it properly. If you give me about 3 days' time, I could summon an appropriate creature.
Sure. You let me know if I can help.
Well, I mean, to do the ritual properly, it takes several days of preparation, and no offense, but you are a bit of a neophyte.
Yeah, and I'd like to learn, so if I can help at all.
If you have nothing else to do.
Okay. Never mind.
However, I would ask a favor in return.
Uh-huh.
We are looking for a young girl. As far as we can tell, her name is Chloe. Her father was recently immolated by supernatural means, clearly, and then the building she was living in was destroyed. But we were able to track her to Boys Town before we lost sight of her. If you have any information, I would gladly summon the spirit for your assistance in finding her.
As Benjamin mentions that, I turn and start walking back towards the bar, and I look at Tiana, and I just...
Tiana, you don't have to worry about Tiana.
I do worry.
She knows how
And
this
whoever's
goes.
in her vicinity, just... Then I go back to the bar and pour myself a drink because I need one.
Everyone who's doing this, give me a stealth plus.
I think it's. Was it just Dell?
I was doing it too, but I'm standing away from what's his name.
Regardless, like he's a mind mage.
What was the roll?
I'll say stealth plus composure.
I didn't say anything.
Also think it's hilarious that Mark has all these time powers in a game where timelines are so confusing already.
How long can you rewind?
10 seconds. That's it.
Oh, yeah. It's not that bad. Saved the whole party, though.
5 successes?
Okay.
Wow.
One success for you, Hank.
Christ.
I got a 10 3 times in a row.
Nice.
That's cool.
Bononkers.
Oh, the chances of that. Okay.
Well, I feel much better after a bit of liquid courage. I'll take my leave.
Would you like one for the road?
No, one should not warp space and time and also drink too much.
Oh no, never, ever.
Yeah, you're right. And I'll kind of shake my bottle at him.
I will take note of that, and I turn, and you guys are cut off.
If it's any help, I can just shut it off.
So how do we? Well, I guess just let me know if there's something I can do to help you prepare.
As long as you're being honest with me, I will play it straight with you.
Guardians all the way.
I didn't like how that went. I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
Would he know if I tried to read his mind since he's a mind mage?
It would 100% be a clash of wills between the two.
Never mind. Not gonna bother.
All right. If you need anything else trash compacted, Clay, please let me know.
Can you? You gotta show me how to do that one of these days. That was badass.
How are your studies in the Space Arcanum coming along?
They're a little average currently. They're not quite.
Get back to me when you reach master level, and I will show you the last secrets.
Okay, I figured. All right, thanks.
You are keeping up with your magical studies.
Yeah. I
Good.
mean,
Yeah, Mom, of course I am.
do I tell him that I just lost some wisdom, or do I not? Is that bad? That's a bad thing. I shouldn't tell him that.
So he shakes his mind. He shakes your hand, and in your mind, you hear him say, "Clay, very soon there's going to come a time where you need to decide where your loyalties lie."
Can I respond back?
Yeah, I mean, if you let him into your mind, he can read your surface thoughts.
I blank my mind from any surface thoughts that he'd be able to pull about Chloe, anything, and I just say, I know.
And then he leaves.
I take whatever bottle I had in my hand and I drain it.
Clay, your father and I don't like your new friend. I think that perhaps you should be more careful who you decide to throw your lot in with.
I look around the room and say, oh, uh-huh, and flop down on the couch.
It doesn't count. I'm dead.
I wasn't looking at you, sis.
I think we all maybe need a bit of a break before burning this pine into the ground. Dell, I seem to be a bit drained on some of my abilities. I'd like to see you feed This sounds so weird. I'd like to see you feed in real time if that is something you can do.
Would you?
Yes.
Okay.
Say what?
I know just the place.
And Ruby, we should talk when you have a second.
If it requires thinking about anything other than where the next drink is coming from, I'll take a rain check. Where's this place?
Didn't I show everyone? It's in my room. You know, the really cold, high up place.
That's no place to party. What?
Oh, we didn't say party.
He's going to make people afraid, and I'm going to eat it.
I don't know if I want to watch that or not.
Are there
intrigued.
people in your space? Are there drinks there?
I imagine
for me.
drink.
I pull out a flask and hand it to Ruby. Here.
We could probably bring bottles in I could bring bottles in.
I know that I'm asleep most of the time for this, but it's safe to assume that this Frost dude, if he's not dead, it's safe if we're together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ruby, put on a leather jacket and some fuck me pumps. We're going out. Let the boys do whatever fear stuff they want to do.
Can I them? I don't really want to do fear things.
You know
like
it,
that.
baby.
He doesn't want to what?
I don't really want to do fear things either.
Do whatever you want.
Torn.
As long as you wear fuck me pumps.
Oh, I'll wear some fuck me pumps.
In my pocket, some fuck me pumps out. Is it like a Rocky Horror thing?
No, she was being funny, Jack.
You still can.
I mean,
Okay.
our two gay brothers wouldn't necessarily harsh the night.
All right, I go to get ready for that.
Tiana ups her trapdoor and like trumps down to get ready herself. Do you guys want to go over slowly torturing people with fear, or can we just kind of like ... that?
Definitely dot.
Because as much as I love the concept of it, I don't know if I want to like role play slowly torturing a man to the point of madness with fear.
What? Man!
It's just important to note that it's someone who deserves it. Someone who like preys on weak women that he meets out and about, or like Del has a type that he goes after.
So the primordials. So the primordials, they all have a preferred, like they prey on people to teach them lessons and to become better people. So he preys on people who take advantage of the weak, and he makes them helpless to like help them come to that realization.
So you keep these people in your room, or you actually are going to go into Chicago and find someone?
No, so he goes into the primordial dream, and he literally brings dreaming people into his dream and then tortures them.
Oh, okay. I forgot about the dream part.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which is also what Eli did to everybody.
So is that going to benefit Owen, though? If the
Yes.
physical body's not there? All right.
Well, because Owen can physically go there and then can just feed off of the emotions of the situation.
Oh,
When we set up the
twofer.
apartment, I left like an anchor point that any of you guys can go through to my lair.
Handy.
I will just say to Owen, like before they go off, while Tiana and Ruby go to get ready, I have to tell her, right? Like, I mean, not tonight necessarily, but I got to tell her, right? If I told you, I have to tell her.
Tell you what? What?
If you don't think there will be repercussions on a larger scale, I'll leave that up to you.
What are we talking about, bros?
And understand, Jack, the only reason I didn't kill you is because what you did was always supposed to happen. So I don't blame you for it. And I'll walk towards Del.
Shit.
What?
I gotta go get changed. It's time to have some fucking fun.
Why?
And I just go into my room and close the door. And open it like immediately with like black skinny jeans, black leather engineer boots, like black tank top with like the lower sides, black jacket, studs.
I
fucking do
look
this.
as I'm walking to my room and I give an up and down and I go, nice.
If anyone doesn't have anything else they want to discuss with each other, we can just fast forward to the next morning because you guys had an amazing night. Tiana calls a car service, so you have like a really nice car that just takes you from bar to bar. As much hijinks as you guys want to ensue can ensue. She takes you to a couple of bars where biting people is kind of okay for Ruby. If Ruby's into that.
I mean,
she's definitely into it. So
yeah,
I feel like Ruby's bite would like be literally killing somebody.
she takes her to a couple bars where that's kind of okay.
At some point, like before Owen and I like got into the feeding, I would have explained to Owen that about the anchor, that this is like available to anybody without me, because I set up.
But they wouldn't be able to bring anyone into your dream,
Right? But as like a fleeing thing, if they need to run and hide. And then how much satiety do I get back?
I mean, check your book. It would be based on I think the roll. I don't really remember.
Yeah, I was looking it up.
Systems.
It's very convoluted, but I think I found it.
I mean, I'm fine with you just gaining as much satiety as you want. I'm letting everyone else just have fun shenanigans, so it's fine with me.
Okay. I'm going to say that the modifier is for particularly abundant consumption in the scene.
I mean, with a changeling there enhancing everything, that definitely makes sense to me. Because like you're flying them through the air and there's just a man in a 3-piece suit sitting in a chair watching. That's very unsettling.
And like I'm like reading a book. Like just like soaking it in.
I valley girl it up the whole night. Just lots of jumping up and down and shoving Brit into a corner to ignore all of that. Until we run out of money for shots, in which case I'm going to in my pocket whatever we want.
Ruby has 5 dots in resources. You guys don't run out of money for shots.
Plus, I'm pretty sure Tiana and Ruby don't need to pay for their own drinks, so they would share with you.
I mean, if nothing else, Tiana can just make men buy you guys drinks. I mean, she is a vampire, so
I feel weird about that.
She doesn't.
No, party the fuck up. Don't care. None of it matters.
It's any consolation. It's not obvious. Like she just tells them to do it and they do it.
Getting sick at the end of the night and then being a demon, just shutting it off into a sad, quiet sobriety.
Turn it off like a light switch.
All right. It is the morning after. Go ahead, Helena.
No, that's fine.
The morning after, and you have a werewolf's constitution. She's a vampire, so she didn't actually drink that much alcohol. I guess Hank, roll for hangover. You're the only one who could possibly have one.
What am I doing?
Just make a stamina roll.
Oh. Which dice liked me today? Not those two. No successes.
So you are very hungover.
I expected that.
I boot out 2 men and a woman in the morning. Bye.
I high
One of
five
the-
all three of them
one of
as
the-
I walk out.
One of the men goes, "But you said you loved me."
As I'm leaving my room, I bet she did say that.
And I meant it, but I don't love you anymore. Goodbye.
But I let this guy for you.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Bye.
Two very frightened men come scrambling out of Tiana's hidey hole. She's fucking dead. She's dead.
She's fine. Don't worry about it. Do you guys want bacon?
Get out of here before the police come.
What?
Go, quick. I'll cover for you.
Oh, fuck. They just leave.
Good
Idiots.
Lord.
I'm gonna go I'll go back over to the door and yell "night, bitch" and slam it shut.
I'm making coffee.
I'm eating out of the cereal box.
I'll be eating
I'll take
my
coffee.
Eggs Benedict.
Wait, you're asking me to make that for you, or you're
No,
making it yourself?
I've already made it.
Okay, because no.
Everyone have a great night.
What do we do now?
Pretty great.
I feel pretty recharged.
Right.
So, Jack, you belong to a very private Chicago bartender Twitter where they post ridiculous pictures of drunken antics, and most of your siblings were featured last night.
Dell.
Get it.
Dell, not Jack. I'm sorry.
Makes more sense.
Um,
I proceed to Jack. I didn't know you were a fist bumper.
And in response, I'll just go and fist bump Dell.
Oh, sorry, pumper. I also Clay fishnets. Love it.
I mean,
When in Rome.
got the thighs for it, so.
What you guys do?
Love to talk about the sexcapades that you all were engaged in. Do you think we should come up with a plan for Whispering Pines?
Or
Probably.
whatever is
Okay.
making us what we are.
Well, I suppose from your work, I'll point towards your room, which has the board of nonsense on it. I think it all comes down back to Whispering Pines, correct?
Well, it all comes back to the Humming Man, and the last place we saw him was there, but he's dead. I mean, all of the dreams had him in them. He seemed to be a deciding factor aside from that terrible little me.
Do we
And
think
that little me wasn't in the last one. Even
He
if he
was
did show
there.
up in person.
Yeah, he was there when you were attacked, though.
Okay, so the Humming Man and the small me are in both of these cases. And the small bees made it into our world before.
Yes, but the small me, or small you, pardon, said it's explicitly that he wasn't a part of Mr. Shivers or any kind of plot. He was using you as a buoy, if it were, in the time stream, correct?
I
So
guess.
if we can assume that he was a third party, then it does all come back to Mr. Shivers. Mr.
Not
Shivers,
Mr. Shivers, the Humming Man.
the Humming Man, correct. The Humming Man, which last was seen in Whispering Pines for us. So I think logically that's our next step, unless we want to wait around until he's reformed by this machine that you're talking about, and then see if we can take him and hold him captive without him killing us or us killing him and getting answers that way.
Where is Whispering Pines?
Did
we have a location for that?
What was that, Ruby?
I mean, is there a way to dampen his mental abilities? Because without that, I don't know if we have any chance.
Even if we ever deal with him, he's not still here at this point.
Yes.
Angel said he was dead, but how does she know?
Do we believe that he is dead?
I think Angel has the same mental capabilities that he had, in all likelihood. That's why they made her, whoever they are. Okay, so we have 3 leads. We have a Destiny engine. We have the Humming Man. And we have Small Jack. In all likelihood, Whispering Pines may have a key between all 3 of those, if not more strongly 2. So that seems really like the only next course of action, right?
Destiny engine is a non-starter. Or the Whispering or Humming Man, you have to wait around for him to come back. So that's the only proactive thing we can do.
Okay, we should go there then. We know that it's not that far from Monticello, so it has to be adjacent to Minnesota.
Chloe showed you that it was in Virginia.
Yes. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. We just have to find where it is in Virginia then.
Do I have someone in the Concilium or anything like that I can text to ask for information?
Do you have any contacts or allies?
Hunter.
Well, he's not part of the Conciliums. I mean, he's got the FBI going for him, so.
We're going to text Hunter to ask if he can look for anything called the Destiny Engine in the FBI database.
You're going to text him?
Yes.
Oh,
so
what? No, wait, no.
Is he? Are you just texting? Are we discussing it?
I would discuss it.
Okay. I don't know if involving him would be the greatest, since I mean, even you, I don't think can search it in a safe way. So maybe him looking into the Destiny engine as a mortal is not the greatest idea.
2 things. I don't trust Hunter, and several of the abilities that I have allow me to look through electrical wires.
I'd just like to point out that nobody has Googled Whispering Pines yet.
Oh, I was
I'm not going to do it at home.
It's a school. It's a school.
I thought that Ruby did last round, but I could be mistaken.
No one actually told me we Google Whispering Pines. They Googled other stuff, but nobody had said specifically I Google Whispering Pines.
Well, definitely one of us is doing that.
She's doing that. I'm Googling
at a public library.
Yeah,
let's go
Ruby and I are going to go to a library together.
We'll go to a public library. I will go with you because I will shut down all the computers if anything decides to jump at us. If you don't mind terribly.
No, that's perfect.
Let's do it. Let's all go together because I don't like anybody being alone.
Yeah, I agree.
Sitting.
Tiana, does she count? I mean,
this is feeling more and more like Umbrella Academy. We're all sitting at a bunch of computers as 2 people Google things independently.
I'm really surprised nobody's told Ruby what Tiana said last night, but
I don't hear anything.
Don't.
I don't remember what Tiana said last night, so
I didn't hear it. I was too mad.
I know nothing.
Well, actually, anybody in the apartment should be safe. So as long as when anybody leaves, we're not alone.
So you guys go to the public library.
We go.
The Chicago Public Library. It's beautiful. It's huge.
All right. What are you guys Googling? I need everyone's Googles.
Maybe I'll ask the librarian. Maybe the librarian will Google it for me. No, I'll Google it.
Whoever is Googling, I think I'll stand back and just watch it with Jack if he's still watching, just in case I need to.
I'm waiting to EMP all of the
Change
computers.
things.
So
I am Googling Destiny Engine.
I will turn to Owen and whisper, if anything goes wrong, just so you know, I'm going to shut off all the computers. It's not a change of pattern. I'm just going to shut them off.
So the Destiny Engine had been Googled before. That was the forum post that Jake found that gave you guys the name Indigo Collective or Indigo Coalition or whatever. What are you? So that's, you don't gain anything more than that. Ruby, what are you Googling?
Whispering Pines location.
Whispering Pines is a private school in Virginia. It gives you the exact address and a phone number to call and information for enrolling your special someone in their summer program.
I'm going to look at the screen, be able to use my eidetic memory later.
I wrote it down because I don't have that.
Since Destiny Engine doesn't come up with anything, I'm going to look up the hold on, I have it here. Black Spiral dancers.
Oh, okay. So make a computers plus intelligence roll.
Okay. As I do that, I would like to cast a spell as well.
Okay.
Because I can add to my skills. There's a paradox roll for it, though. It's 1 dice.
Okay.
When you cast spells, you're like muttering to yourself. Is that right?
Most of the time, yeah.
Okay.
There's no paradox on that one.
Anyone who's paying attention, when he starts to cast magic, the librarian very visibly watches him closer.
Said computers plus.
You said everybody in the library starts to watch him closer?
No, just the librarian.
Computers intelligence, right?
I'm going to turn on mind reading on the librarian.
Okay, Clash of Wills. Do presence plus your primum.
Two successes.
How many?
Two.
Yeah, you get into her mind and you see her thoughts are kind of like, okay, so he's this, so maybe Mastigos? They usually let me know before they come into the public library. I should let the Mysterium know about this.
Who's this bitch?
There's no paradox, so.
I will walk over to her and just say, we really appreciate your discretion. You need to let know who you need to let know.
Are you Mastigos as well?
No. And then I'll turn around and walk back to the group.
She appearing to call anyone or
No.
tap out an email? Okay.
I got 2 successes on my roll.
All right. You don't get anything new. You find like a couple like conspiracy theories about it. You find like a MySpace page that talks about it, stuff like that, but no new information.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else we want to Google while we're here at the Googler?
Um,
I want
I'm
to
good.
know what the statuses mean for the God machine.
What?
Like how mine says Leviathan. I want to know what that one means.
It means you're a beast.
Garland means magic. Lycanthrope means werewolf.
So they knew when you were 5 years old that you would eventually wake it into a beast.
Okay. Well, never mind. I guess I just had to tell one of my brothers to Google it, and they were like, "Hey, you idiot."
So they knew what we were before we even did. They had technology way beyond what you'd normally see. So who knows what they're capable of testing?
Right, but according to Angel, they can't use that anymore.
We should have used one computer for this.
Do you guys leave the library?
I am going
We're still
to.
thinking.
I'm going to put. Oh shoot! Nope. I'm going to sit down and just start typing in random search terms. So I'll start with like Malefius Maleficarum, magenta, orange tree, priory of the orange tree, and like start going through like everything. Like I'm just going to go through every single like magical piece of literature that I can think of that's popular, to try to like screw with the search engine as far as like somebody trying to use these key terms. Because we should have just used one computer and we could have made this look a lot easier. And then I will reach over and EMP the other one.
Okay.
We should go.
I suppose.
So you guys are leaving?
Yeah.
I hear dice rolling.
I hear humming.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just me humming. Sorry.
You're not allowed to hum, Rio.
Not in this campaign.
Not really.
Jack, as you exit the library, you are pushed onto your back as seconds afterwards you hear the peal of a sniper rifle, and you take 7 lethal damage.
Holy
my
shit.
God.
Okay.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh no. How much health do you have left?
None.
Thank you for tuning in to Chronicles of Darkness. In 2 weeks' time, we will pick up where we left off. Thank you to our
Thank you so
patrons.
much to David Lugo, to David, to Daniel O, to Sparky, to Scott, our newest patron. Thank you guys all so much
My
for
boy
subscribing.
Scott.
Really appreciate it. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, hit us up in the comments or check out our Patreon to see the after party that we're about to record.
Eventually.
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 Fast.